Research methodology, methods and techniques. Methodology. During the study, a process involves preparing the report, which includes data collection, analysis, and inference. This section of the research proposal will show us the methods to be used in the study. The section is important as it would guide the reader on the methods used to come up with the report. The areas to be covered under this research entail the research design, the definition of the population to be used for the study, the sampling techniques, and then the data collection and analysis methods. Research design. The study will evaluate the role of stakeholders in the cosmetic industry, both in the retail trade and the direct trade or network marketing, compare them, and see how they influence each other. In addition, the research will be shaped and designed to help the researcher achieve the objectives set out under the research objectives. Population. The population to be used in the study is diverse, ranging from performers in the same industry to competitors in the same industry and those in the retail industry. Therefore, exploratory research is to be used in this case since there is less information at hand and no recorded data about it that can be used as a reference. Data collection. Data will be collected using both primary and secondary data collection methods for the sole purpose of this research and to achieve the objectives. The secondary data collected will help us provide a backing and strong grounds for our introductory remarks, which are vital and also needed by the researcher in order to build on the project positively. The reader of the research will also be assisted by the secondary data to comprehend the outcomes of the research more thoroughly and even be able to analyze the interpretations of the outcomes. Primary data, on the other hand, shall be collected using two approaches. The first step will require constructing a questionnaire survey to question the stakeholders in the cosmetics industry. Then secondly, interviews will also be carried. The forms of interviews may be face-to-face for respondents who are highly reachable and accessible, while telephone interviews will also be done to those who cannot be reached easily. This is due to the wide nature of the cosmetics industry. The respondents in this case will be competitors in the industry who are both internal and external. The relevant authority will also be questioned and interviewed. Samples and sampling designs. For the purpose of generalization and fair outcome, it would have been highly acceptable if all the elements of the population had been studied, but this is not possible due to the large number. The impossibility of this compels the researcher to resort to using just a sample or a portion of the population for the study. A sample, in this case, is a portion of the elements taken from a population, and it is considered or taken to be representative of the entire population under study. As noted earlier, primary data will be collected using the questionnaire technique. Questionnaires will be prepared and distributed to the target respondents for responses. The sampling method to be adopted in this case is the random probability sampling method, since the sample selected of 150 elements of the population is within the normally required limit of if above 30 then below 500 elements. This is the appropriate sample in this case. Therefore, 150 questionnaires will be prepared to be distributed for responses. Also, the interview technique will be used alongside the questionnaires. The interview exercise will be conducted across the board within the industry. The questionnaire. A questionnaire is a tool normally used to collect or gather information that is of interest to the study that is normally undertaken. In this research, closed-ended questions will be constructed due to the need to narrow down the exercise. The exercise is narrowed down in the sense that respondents are able to choose strictly from a fixed set of responses. In this case, the analysis and interpretation are also made easier since statistical analysis can then be employed. The only demerit with the questionnaires is that they are likely to create bias in case the right responses are not among the choices. The interview technique. An interview schedule may or may not be prepared depending on the type of audience to be interviewed as well as the nature. Personal interviews may require the schedules since they are always conducted so as to help in the achievement of data collection. Telephone interviews are only done in instances where the respondents had to be collected as a matter of fact, and they themselves cannot be reached at face value.